Hey, this is Team Demon Kitty here, and well, I don't know what just happened. My camera, hold on a sec. Okay, there we go. This is Team Demon Kitty here, and I'm going to be streaming more Pesterquest. And this is going to be pretty fun because it's two characters I really like. Not like top favorite characters because that's not going to be for like several videos, but like characters that are just generally really good. Hold on a second. Yeah, like characters that are just really good serving general. So one second. I'm just going to quickly turn down the sound just a little bit. There we go. That should be good now. Oh. I accidentally closed it. Hold on a second. I'm being really silly tonight. Hold on one second. Alright, there. We're back. It should be back up now. Let me... Yeah, here we go. Sorry about this intro. Interrupt this, but we should be good now. Alright. So we're going to start off where we left off, which is with Gamzee. It is time to get down with the clown here. Also, just like as a disclaimer, I am a juggalo. I do like ICP, because they're like a great band. So it's like Gamzee's relatable, I guess. Not actually, but in some ways, I guess. He's kind of my favorite troll, I'm not gonna lie. But VRISKA is like a meme troll. I don't know, like, he's kind of tied with VRISKA for my favorite. But anyway. Here we go. First things first, you deliver a carcass into the arms of a giant white crab, which strikes you as a totally normal and safe thing to do. Yep, giant crabs. You're really beginning to get the hang of the zap situation. For instance, you are now capable of utilizing it without unleashing a lengthy explosion on the values of interpersonal relationships. You just go. Lucky too, since when you drop Karkat off at his place, he does not look in the mood for philosophy. More for crawling into bed and sleeping for a week. You don't blame him. Dave and John are nice kids, but they do require a high level of buy-in to talk to. Yeah, I've met people like that a lot. I feel that. Since you have a memory like a steel friendship trap, you recall that there is another possible bro in the area. That Karkat called the kid he lost his shit at the FODA meeting. Macaroni? Someone needs to like draw Gamzee doing the Macarena now. That needs to be a thing. Like, we need to have Macarena Gamzee. Like, if this wasn't Twitch right now, I'd fucking play the Macarena. Just like right now, I'd play it. But because this is Twitch. Or I guess if you're watching this on YouTube, it's because I stream this on Twitch originally, but I'm streaming it on Twitch right now, so. You zap to Macaroni's house. This time you aim for the yard and not the broom closet, and find yourself outside a huge sandstone castle at the edge of a dark, sprawling ocean. You'd have said it was abandoned if it wasn't for the lights in the windows. Standing at the tide line is some sort of Halloween decoration. A scarecrow made entirely of sticks and hair, and a pair of oversized gray pants. What was that? There we go. More volume for the music. Okay. Wait, they probably don't even have a Halloween here. It's already spooky enough every day. A nocturnal world can't even fuck with night holidays. The Scarecrow throws a rock onto the surf, winding up his long, thin arm as a whole production, although the motion is surprisingly fluid. You edge closer, not wanting to alarm him, but needing to move the plot along in a single clip. You clear your throat. The boy Scarecrow does the laziest double take you've ever seen. It's like he's on half speed. I mean, yeah. Motherfucker, are you lost? That's a little forward. Not that you aren't hip to all the choicest trends that these kids are on. You have absolutely no problem with some random teen just swearing at you out of the blue. It's absolutely fine. In fact, you love it. Makara, that's what his name was. You ever look at the ocean? You ever really get your eye stalks going on it? Well, yeah. You're doing that right now, actually, since the ocean is right in front of you, and it's very hard not to see it, at least out of... Okay, I'm gonna say something about Gamzee. Like, I've tried reading home stuff when I'm, like, not sober and, like, drunk and stuff, and, like, Gamzee makes more sense when you're intoxicated. He doesn't make as much sense when you're sober, but, like, he makes a lot of sense when you're intoxicated. I don't know why, but, like... everything he says just makes perfect sense when you're intoxicated. I'm not intoxicated right now, but, like, I just thought that was, like, a cool fact, because, like, it's interesting. Oh, dang. Thought for sure you were someone's little lost Lucis on account of you being wide all over. Not my old goat for sure. That old bastard's never once showed his ugly skull to share a pie. The tide creeps up the beach, and you take an automatic step back. The water looks normal, and Makara is up to his shins in the surf. But you still don't trust like that. You can teleport, but that doesn't mean you want your toes burned off by alien saltwater or whatever the fuck. What does that mean, stranger? You ever get down on a hot warm plate like that? Hi, motherfucker. I got one in the oven. Oh, how silly of you. You love pie. You love it so much more than any weird shit you thought he was talking about. Oh, okay. He grins, and oh god, horror opens up a pit in your stomach as his skin cracks. Before you realize that it's makeup, he's got face paint on. You guess kind of like a clown thing going on? It tracks. The big pants, the crazy hair, etc. That's actually kind of fucking weird. But really not as weird as it should be. Like everything's we're looking friendship wrong. This new information feels like remembering rather than learning. But right now, all you really care about learning or remembering is that sweet pie that they mentioned. Hell yeah. You got your head all at where it's supposed to be. In your sack. Gamzee. Come again? Yeah. Bless you. My name, that face. Only that face. For a second, the kid's vacant stare sharpens. His long gray eyes are like looking down a long, empty corridor. But for just the briefest moment, you think you see something lurking at the end of it. Something angry, and then it's gone. Gamzee brings you inside his hive, which is lopsided and shakes when the wind blows. Whoever designed it definitely got their architecture degree online. It also smells a lot like weed. You take a step into the living room. It's like every flavor thing I've ever. Honk? Oh, Jesus Christ, there are like 40 little honk horns strewn around on the floor. in a pattern that makes it absolutely inevitable that you will step on most of them on the way to the couch. You give up after a few seconds of careful hopping, and just honk your way across the room. It's a goose party up in here. Like gooses. Gamzee is a goose. Oh yeah, bro, make them. Sometimes it all just gets too much to take, you know what I'm saying? Gamzee sticks his head around the door to what you assume must be the kitchen. He's got flour on his nose. You thought he'd said the pie was already in the oven. What's he using flour for? Heavy as it builds up, don't move. It's like miracle. Like a little ball of snot, it's all caught up in your 6 sphincters. You actually have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah, you have to be intoxicated to understand Gamzee. Like, you just have to be, basically. And you're pretty sure that's not your fault. A bunch of clattering and banging interrupts your thoughts. Dear God, what is he doing in there? How hard is he baking? Then you realize it isn't coming from the kitchen. It's coming from a different door. A closet door. What even is that? Oh fuck. It's you and Carcat. You must have time traveled without you even meaning to when you zapped here. Damn it, you thought you were getting the hang of this. But how do you even respond to this absolutely unforeseen turn of events? I don't know which one's the right one. Figuring this is the best way to prevent a paradox, you wait until the racket gets loud enough to work. What's not bad? You shrug and open your eyes real wide to show just how innocent you are. This is a total mystery that absolutely resolved. Oh, hey, hold up, brother. I'm hearing something. Some squeakies. What's all got itself trapped? The noise of the closet breaks off just as Gamzee throws open the door. Yep. Same place as before. Other you and Carcat must be shouting at each other back in this hive. Well, he'll be doing most of the shouting. It really is a mess in there. Shit. Damn, little monster skittered off. Yeah, weird. You have no idea where they went. And you're totally sure it was not a friend of his. He flipped out at the sheer sound of his voice. That would be ridiculous. Oh, no doubt. You're glad you agreed about that. Oh, and speaking of which, you mentioned that you have a friend in common. Carcat. Small, shouty. Gamzee cracks into such a wide grin that you're surprised his face doesn't turn inside out. This is wholesome. Okay, it's not because he's high as fuck. It's like almost wholesome. Yeah, that there's my best fucking friend. As close as 2 wigglers, what slithered out of the mother grub's frumpy ass. We get a rap. Like actual rap? Carcat doesn't really strike you as a rapping type. Not so much. But I know he's got that inside of him somewhere. All wrapped up under his skin, just waiting for the motherfucking brother to whip it out. Aw, that's incredibly romantic, but also absolutely the creepiest shit you've ever heard. Hell yes. An ungodly amount of steam rises from the kitchen like someone is baking in a cartoon. Whatever it is smells amazing. Sugar with just a hint of sharpness to it. Did Gamzee ever say what kind of pie he's making? Miracle pie, for sure. Miracle pie. Oh, nice. Miracle flavor. That sounds great. Not at all like it might burn the roof of your mouth off. Gamzee emerges from the kitchen, the sweet smell getting stronger as he comes closer. He isn't carrying any plates or forks or whatever, so you guess you're just going to eat with your hands? You look down at your grubby little paws. When was the last time you washed these silly things? You are disgusting. Then you get a look at the pie and realize the germs are really going to be the least of your worries. It's thick and gelatinous and green. Neon green. Poison control green. Like clip art of something toxic. You are absolutely sure that whatever that pie is made of, humans are not meant to eat it. Probably not trolls either. Gamzee sits down next to you, stretching out his long, skinny legs onto the coffee table, knocking over a stack of comics and a couple of empty Faygo bottles. Yikes. This does not make you feel any better about his ability to make good nutritional choices. You ask Gamzee as politely as you are able what kind of pie it is. Oh, dang, brother. A nun in menstruation never gives out away his secret ingredient. All you need to know is the good shit. You want to see what miracles, the way I see them, I know you do. I can hear it in your voice. I can see it in your PPR. This is shit that's gonna put you all the way up over the top. Gamzee gives you that one look. You know the one. When your friend tells you that they got some deliriously dank shit that you're just aching to share with you. That's a real thing that happened. It is absolutely drugs. This is a drug pie. Yeah, let's get high as shit. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. You're magic. You can do whatever you want. That's a good quote. Fuck it. You're magic. You can do whatever you want. You scoop out a big green glowing glob of poison pie. It's so gooey and thick, it almost slides right out of your hand. You manage to get a little bit of it onto your mouth. It punches you right in the taste buds. So sweet, your teeth ache, and without any discernible texture. Just goop that slowly fills your mouth and coats your throat. Wow, this sure is a tactile experience. It doesn't taste bad, just sort of like you swallowed a big sweet mouthful. Nausea hits you in a way that every nerve fractures tight. Yep, this is definitely not that for whatever kind of person you are. Your body wants to reject it. You lean over the arm of the couch and prepare to give it all the additional content with it. But the feeling passes, and not only does it pass, it is accompanied by a rising sweep of euphoria. It shivers up from your stomach and into your brainstem. You let out an unintentional sigh of happiness and settle back down onto the couch. Wow, you feel so great right now. Holy shit, drugs are awesome. You want to do them all the time. No wonder Gamzee was so intent on getting this pie finished. If you were him and you knew the secret to the wonders of the universe, you wouldn't ever eat anything else, ever. A long finger taps you on the shoulder. More, motherfucker. He offers you the pie plate and you eagerly dig your fingers in. It's getting all over the couch and your face, but you don't care. You just want more of the perfect contented feeling. Gamzee watches you in dreamy approval. Somehow the two of you end up in the supply closet. You weren't really sure why. It just felt like a good idea to go in there. Possibly to investigate whatever it was making a bunch of silly noises just a few minutes ago. Oh, you know what it was. It was you and Karkat. You guys came to visit Gamzee once time. But Karkat was out. You'll have to try harder next time. You try, motherfucker. You're not fooling us, said that easy. My nubby little brother has been anywhere near my motherfucking high. I've tried to get him over here again and again, but he's got this hate on him. Face-to-face hate on us. Not like you. You got your motherfucking head wrapped the fuck open. You're like, wide open to the motherfucking miracle. You tell Gamzee he's totally right. You were so ready to open up to whatever miracle comes along. But no, seriously. If you wanted to, the two of you could probably go visit Karkat right now. He's probably sleeping off his trip to the alien planet. Bet you could wait. Or just zap forward in time a little bit. That's a thing you can do. Oh, you know? Why didn't you say something, motherfucker? Zap us on out of here. Sure, right away. Anything you want, best friend. Gamzee gives you another one of those wide, messy grins, like you can't contain his joy at the thought of being someone's best friend. You totally sympathize. Aw, that is so funny. You can't actually remember how to use your magic powers right now. You think it's possible you're a little too high. Yeah, like being too high to use magic. It debuffs your magic. You don't even remember how you came to be lying on this filthy closet floor and looking up at the filthy closet ceiling. Shouldn't you try to keep the place with your cleaning supplies a little... you know, cleaner? No worries, my brother. There isn't any rush. I got my certainty that one day we're all gonna get together in one big horror pile. My boy Karkat, T-Dog, that nasty cerulean bitch. What's always mad as hell? Everybody. We'll all climb up to the clouds together. You don't know who some of these people are, but that's okay. You're confident that they'll all make amazing friends, and you can't wait to climb up into the sky with them. What'll you do once you get up there? We ride the dark carnival all the way to paradise, my brother. The dark carnival. That sounds familiar, somehow. You feel like you've heard of it before. Oh, I should hope so, motherfucker. Anybody what's got kind of head for religious dogma at all is pretty shit. I knew you were a real one. Oh yeah, for sure, you were the realist, but like, imagine you weren't as real as you could be. What would you tell some dumb asshole who had no idea what Gamzee was talking about? Not carnivals, but pathways, brother. Back in the old days, the righteous got their blood poured out when the sun came. All that purple painted the ringmaster circle. But nowadays, it's more like a metaphor shit. When a motherfucker dies, his soul is all ruptured up from his corpse, right? And that soul's gotta go somewhere, don't it? It's not about to just float around untethered. So it rides up onto the carnival, where it gets all right, as it probably should. See, whether it's good, being a good bitch or a naughty motherfucker, anyway, that's how the game works. Right, God, that sounds amazing. You really hope Gamzee gets along there. Something jagged slams up against the haze of contentment. You feel it like a booming knock on the inside of your consciousness. You remember a face. Gamzee's face. No, not quite. It's a face with makeup, but it's younger, kinder, more vulnerable. You remember this. This is a friend. You remember you had friends. You remember a clown. With a monumental effort, you force yourself into the sitting position. Gamzee is still splayed out on the floor, totally gone. You have to figure this out. For a split second, you had it. You shake your head, trying to clear it. You stagger up. Gamzee makes a sleepy noise and rolls onto his side. You stagger back into the living room, feeling your way across the wall until you find a bullshit trap. You locate the sink and splash some water on your face, trying to focus enough to concentrate, but not enough to lose the spread. Somehow, you know that if you become too aware of yourself, you're going to completely forget everything again. It's almost like someone wants you to forget all of your friends and your past adventures. This is like some Hive Swap reference, or like a Friendster reference, but I haven't played those, so like I think something happened in it from what I can piece together, like I think Doc Scratch fuck with your memory or something, but like I don't know for sure because I haven't played it. So like if anyone knows, like feel free to like say something or whatever. Like feel free to just like say something in like comments or chat or whatever. Because like I legitimately don't know the answer to that. So someone have like an explanation. Because I haven't seen spoilers for it either. I legitimately don't know. Like, please, if you know. You close your eyes and picture that friendly clown face. A name drifts across your mind, almost close enough to snatch. Zap. All of your other trips through the narrative have been instantaneous. 1 second you're in a place, and the next you're in another. This time the air feels warm and gelatinous, like trying to ride while it's deep in water. The drug pie could just be fucking with your powers, but you know in the core that this isn't right. You're somewhere you're not supposed to be, and something here knows you're trespassing. Something here is awake, and it sees you. Your body goes for a series of shivers, not unlike when you first tasted the pie. Some distant layer of you knows that's whatever you are experiencing is wrong. You're and not meant to be seen by anyone. As if somehow you've gotten a glimpse into the subatomic level. When you get like really, really like Oh no. Your vision stretches out in a long, empty corridor. And at the other end is, this is like when you astral project into, like, a cave art at, like, 5 a.m. or something. I don't know. And, like, someone's too cozy. You slingshot back to Gamzee's hive, hitting the floor with what feels like every inch of your body. God, how can you fall on your ass and your head at the same time? How is that legal? Even worse, you appear to have sobered up much faster than you have any right to. The high was broken like a fever, and you were sweating through your trendy colored shirt. You turn. Gamzee has somehow moved himself to the couch while you were doing whatever it was. Try to throw yourself into the part of the narrative you don't have permissions to see. He looked significantly less stoned than before, too. Where'd you go, motherfucker? Oh, you just tried to pop in to visit someone? Someone you thought you remembered from your past and went wrong. Somehow, you're just getting the image of a T-posing figure, which is absolutely absurd. Damn. That's nonsense right there. Some righteous fucking nonsense. Yeah, you guess so. Probably just the drugs, though. Gamzee looks at you through slitted hazy eyes, and you realize that trying to explain anything to him when he's in this state isn't going to do any good. Just a fever dream. That's probably exactly what it was. Shit, maybe this is what the kids refer to as a bad trip. Is this what Gamzee does? Just sits in his hive all the time and gets high? Well, that's a perfectly respectable way to deal with a helpless, like, alternative. But God, it makes you sad. All these kids you've met so far make you so incredibly sad. Now you would have bummed yourself out. You're exhausted. You really aren't above doing the least amount of work for the highest possible reward here. You shrug and tell them that probably what you experienced was a miracle. Gamzee's beatific smile makes it all the better. Yay! We got the happy ending. Yay. Alright. On to the next one, I suppose. We are finally doing VRISKA. It is time for VRISKA. It is VRISKA time. It is VRISKA time. Time VRISKA. Yeah, we're gonna start VRISKA's route. Boop. Your latest narrative jaunt has you walking down Alternative's shore. The two moons light up this beach cove in the shades of pink and lime green, the reflections playing at shimmering patterns in the gentle waves. It would be beautiful if not for the haggard, monstrous gulls picking the flesh from the dead. Impungently rotting fish, crabs, even one of their own. You keep your distance as they eye you warily, gore on their chipped beaks. These are not potential friends. Everywhere you jump, serendipity seems to guide your hand. But would it be right to call you fortunate? The night is cool, almost cold. You kick a pure white seashell down the beach. It skips gracefully in the dark gray sand. You've brought friends together and just barely begin to master this tremendous and strange new power. But no, you think. You are not fortunate. As you walk alone down the sand that's still radiating stored up heat from the searing day, you feel a pang. Something is missing. You know you felt this way before, but you can't place when. You have a gulf within the width and breadth of this ocean, in isolation so plain, so true. It seems impassable, invincible. I like how the ship in the distance has like a little spider skull and crossbones. That's actually really adorable. You step on a weird bug you don't even care. Yes, you're filled with a sudden almost comfort and conviction. Nothing you've done on your journey has really made a difference. You can pick up and put down the lives of these alien weirdos and human weirdos and shake them like an action sketch when things go wrong. Are you really accomplishing anything? This is a good philosophical question, actually. Or are you just building shitty castles in the sand with flimsy plastic implements? Castles that won't mean shit for nothing when the tide rises. It's kind of what okay, spoilers for um spoilers for Homestuck Squared. That's kind of what Ultimate Calliope is doing in the epilogue, like in Squared. She's kind of building like a useless timeline, so this is, I guess, like referring to that. It might not be, but it's a cool parallel if it's not. So I just thought that was interesting. You've decided you are a creature of solitude. You are a rock. You are an island. From now on, you walk alone. Or maybe an angled figure crouched with terrible posture on a dock ahead, sure. That figure may be sitting next to an intriguing-looking moored ship, yes. But surely, one glimpse of a potential life to meddle in won't immediately make you fall off the wagon, back into a life of intimate friendship, right? Oh, sweet, a new friend. God damn it. You amble over to the girl hunched on the dock like the stupid fembo friend slut you are. Fembo friend slut. It's not a himbo, it's a them, or it's a thembo. Doing an acrobatic fucking pirouette off the wagon. She hasn't seen you yet, so you walk her like a creep. Okay. She's leaning over a complicated pile of papers, erasing boxes and filling them in again. Every once in a while, she pauses to remember what she does. As soon as you take one step onto the wooden deck, she looks up and jumps with a fueling quickness into a state position, looking immediately ready for a fight. Oh, Vriska's sprite kind of reminds me of a cat in this person. I don't know why it does. Okay, like, I'm gonna try to... I didn't know how to do a Vriska voice before, so I kind of just, like, put it in there, but, like, someone I know, like, suggested that I kind of, like, go for a certain thing, so I'm gonna try to do that. I might fail at it, but I'm gonna try. What are you? You raise your hands in a pathetic sort of I'm innocent and weak motion, which for you is basically any motion. Wait a second. You're that weirdo that was bothering Kanaya, aren't you? Yep, you're exactly that weirdo. And now you're here saying hello to a new stranger and maybe make a new friend. Isn't that great? Great, just what I needed. More meddling. I know I'm the coolest, but I'm kind of busy right now. Big campaign tonight. Dude, you are so good at campaigning, you tell her. You're all about hope and change. You helped Allegoric and Chad. You helped Allegoric and Chad. Oh my god. Oh my god. You helped Allegoric and Chad. Tip a canoe and tow or two. What the fuck are you even saying? Don't call me dude, or anyone else for that matter. You mean you're down to help? Maybe to be her campaign manager? Ha! I'm the captain here, buddy. But as it happens, I'm currently all out of first bids. Wanna be a swabby? Oh, it's like a boat thing. Yes? So that's why there's a boat here. What are all those papers on the ground for? The campaign, dumbass! They're the character sheets for me, the greatest petticoat seagrift ever to sail the 8 seas. One of our friends was raised in a cave and she still knows what FLARP is. Well, you can zap over to the cave and ask her then. Her look of indifference is immediately replaced with a tilt of the head, as though your threat to leave caught her attention. Ew, not unless you want to smell like cat piss for weeks and get high off the second-hand hit. Look, it's simple. Pick a name and roll up some stats. For example, I am Marquise Spinneret. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm so sorry if I got that. I'm the scourge of the high seas, an undefeated champion of naval water. My colors on the horizon turn even high bloods into shriveling cowards. She's being so dramatic. She's being amazingly dramatic. You say that sounds really cool. It is really cool. Aren't troll names 6 letters long? You mean you've only got a couple before this, but for some reason you have a really strong sense of voice here. I'm in character here. Try to keep up. You guess that explains the outfit. She seems really into this. Maybe weirdly into this. It's all a bit intense. Isn't this just a game? LARP is more than just a game. 1 second. Pull it up. I got it. LARP is more than just a game. And I'm the best there is. How about this? If you agree to make a character and sail with me, I'll tell you my real. You look at her elaborate costume over at her ship and decide, why the hell not? You've already made your prototype. Now you have to sleep with it. Not that you're going to sleep or anything, it would be patently ridiculous. Okay, let's walk through this. You should be flattered that a master gamer like me is giving you the full tutorial. I had to read the books myself with no help. The first thing you do is roll values for each of the dice rolls. Simple, right? She pops a huge bag of dice out of her Solodex and starts handing her groups a few groups at a time. You roll 2d4 for dice roasted, Throne of the Empress, and get 2 ones. You roll d6d6 for dice rostrum, Conductor's Stand, and 6 fucking snake eyes stare up at you from the wood of the dock. Wow, you're really mad at this. One second, sorry. We have to take it lying down. Gotta take that insult. You've got to hand it to her. When she's right, she's right. If she's right, so she's right. Oh. You finished all 26 dice rolls required for this game, and you've gotten the lowest on each one. What rotten luck. I've never seen anyone roll this low before. I didn't even know you could get it. It's okay. We can save this by putting the stats in the right places. Flips to another page of the player's handbook. It shows the attributes of LARP. For some reason, you can read them, despite just having arrived on this planet for the first time. She flips another page of the player's handbook and shows you the attributes of LARP. So you got Vim, Grit, Pulchritude, and Grace. Combine that with real-life vitals to make your HP. Yeah? You didn't know? The sheer combined shock of what you don't know could kill an elephant quicker than Thomas Edison from discarding. You get to roll again when you level up, so you won't be so pathetic forever. I mean, if you survive. But with a scourge like me at your side, you're on easy street. I'm jealous of you, really. That face. I am a little bit weirded out by the fact that VRISKA doesn't have a voice, though. That's a little bit weird. You go up and nod. Okay, let's finish this. Marquise grins. Her lipstick smears a bit where her fangs jut out. You'd think that's just about how it is for trolls wearing lipstick, but Kanaya's is perfect. She pulls an 8-ball out of her pocket, and snatches it, suddenly and violently, on the dock. You jump at the noise. She looks at you, pitifully, and then decides not to make fun of you. She decided not to make fun of us. How do the wrecked plastics sophistics sphere? A grossive fucking grubby worm appears. It's like the size of a weedy dog. It's wriggling. you see that it's pulsating. Covered in the blue-tinted family recreation water, or once inside the 8-ball, the grub swallowed up ovipositor glistens. It extends to deposit a massive brood of eggs, each glowing in center with a slowly pulsing red LED light. This is so fucking gross. You look away and dry heave a bit, leaning off the dock. So far, this game sucks ass. Jeeg! Don't tell me you've never seen a game grub before. You tell her you have never seen a game grub before. And maybe she should give a CW before she makes you watch a thing that includes a glistening ovipositor. What? Ah, shit. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Here. You bring up the Posma, you click on boarding, and give it a read before making an informed decision. Have this been there the whole time? Wait, actually, let me chat. Boarding. Gendered identity discomfort. Oh, I guess we use comfort, so that's it. Okay. Wait, no, I don't want to quit. Oh, but I accidentally did that. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on a second. I was a dumbass and did that. Let me pull up Pesterquest again. I fucked that one up. I'll get us back to where we were. I'm so sorry I fucked that up. I was trying to look at the warnings to make a point. I'm just gonna skip back to where we were. Pressing spacebar really hard here. Okay. Yeah, they've been there the whole time. VRISKA taps your foot impatiently while you fuck around in a game corner. For some reason, seeing a full list of content warnings isn't easing your anxiety about what's ahead. It reminds you of something that once made you really angry. In fact, you're especially worried about the gore and death tags. Maybe you should just peace out of this. There's basically no harm in whatever you're eating out of this. It might save you a drowning for good measure. Not that flirtation with dangerous ends is exactly rare for you. Nah, I'm gonna play instead. Because, like, I mean, the choice is obvious. Like, avoid a painful, horrible death, or get to play Flarp with VRISKA. Obviously, we want to play Flarp with VRISKA because that's the better choice. That's always, like, the better choice. You know what? You're an informed reader and a prepared gamer. You've got this. You ask VRISKA what's next. She points to one of the glowing blinking eggs, which is hatching a pixelated-looking cat. It flops its way into the air with a high-pitched squeak, and starts glowing and projecting a holographic image. Alright, all you have to do is assign your dice a roster on your attribution score. What? Picking your best and worst stats, your top 2 stats determine your starting class. There's a lot of classes, but I'm already the best one. Alright, well, that seems simple enough. Drag attributes into the dice roster you want to utilize for them. This decision is permanent, so make sure you're satisfied with what you find. Okay. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna, like, show you, like, well, where's, like, the name? I'll show you something cool when we get to it. I'll show you something cool. I'm gonna randomize it. Pablo Pasadena. Your two highest attributes are Gray and Immin. Your starting class will be Pablo Pasadoble. As a sprightly spellcaster, you'll be dancing rings around your opponents, defeat to the beat. A max level Petticoat Seagrift and level 1 Pablo Pasadoble. Not exactly a meta stat, but you're lucky you're paired with the #1 gamer on Alternia. Before I can carry you to victory, you just need one more thing. There's more of this bullshit. What now? Is a giant sandworm going to poke its head out of the sand and peek up some more fucking game mechanics that'll be described in excruciating narrative detail? Quit being so dramatic. Your character needs a name. Oh, a name. You already have one of those, though. You told Jaded already. Man, you're not feeling as comfortable with it right now for some reason. Why is thinking of yourself as a distinct being with an identity and a history feel so uncomfortable? What's wrong with you? Might as well just make up a character name. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys an Easter egg that I found on like my first playthrough in this game. Like this is just an Easter egg. So I just want to show you guys this because it's cool. So if you type in Terezi, something happens. As soon as you say it, Vriska narrows her eyes at you. Without warning, she pushes you off the dock into the briny alternative. Yeah. Vriska will kill you if you name your character correctly. Like, she will kill you. I just wanted to, like, show you guys that Easter egg. Like, Vriska will kill you if you name your character Gamzee. So, it sends you back to the screen. It doesn't even give you a game over thing. It's just like, go back to the fucking screen, you motherfucker. Because it gets mad, like... Because, it's like, Vriska gets so angry that she sends you back to the title screen. I'm just gonna do breakers again. Random. Spruce Lee. Okay, naming my character. I'm gonna name my character... I don't know, okay, Sweet bro. The Marquise welcomes you aboard her ship. Sweet bro. The Marquise welcomes you aboard her ship, sweet bro. As soon as you confirm your name, the other eggs start squelching and cracking into more little flying holographic biotech projections in various shapes and sizes. Mobs and dragonflies and lightning bugs zipping off into the distance. Vriska catalogs all her various books and character sheets, pushes her eye patch glasses up the bridge of her nose, and clambers up to the gameplay of her ship. What you see has a name painted on the side and is cerulean script as you follow her. Bring it to you. Here, hold this. Vriska hands you a rope and you hold on to it, keeping the mainsail rolled off as she scurries to and fro, aft and bow, across the deck of the ship, making adjustments. You watch her try to tie a double bowline up, but struggle with the dexterity of her mechanical fingers, swearing in frustration from her brow. You politely look away and try to make idle conversation. You ask her for her end of the bargain. What? Her name. You made a character. She tells you her name. That's the deal. She secures other riggings and stomps back over to you. You haven't really made a character until your costume. Is your fit not already fresh? Perhaps even the freshest? Here. She dumps an extra outfit out of her inventory, looking almost exactly like the earlier version of hers. Smaller with more amateur stitching. You put on the big bridge coat and feel super badass. She looks at you and tilts her head to evaluate, and then grabs a Johnny hat, feather and all, from her Silodex and pops it on her head. Nice. Alright, my name is Vriska. Vriska... You forget it. VRISKA Circuit or the Marquise. Satisfied with her preparation, snatches a rope from you and lets it go, unfurling the mainsail. She practically skips to the captain's wheel, ready to steer the brigantine out of the harbor. Real name basis is one step closer to friendship, though for a moment you feel like you got told that name already. Your brain is messed up enough without remembering stuff like that. Maybe didn't happen in canon. If canon is even a real thing that means something anymore. Your unsettling metatextual introspection is interrupted by Vriska's shouting. Roll for initiative! You hear the buzz of projector bugs boarding your ship, and soon your four flickering holograms appear on the main deck, looking like lurking zombie trolls. You already hear dice rattling on the deck, and you look over to her sheet and figure out what you need to roll. Alright, I've started. Looks like you gotta subtract the modifier. 19. Huh. Guess you go first, sweet bro. This is it. It's LARPing time. You look down at the piece of paper with your abilities on it, ready to cast Magic Missile or Bugsby's Grasping Hand or some shit. You pick the top attack from the list. It's your special class ability. You channel the spirit of Bruce Lee, point straight at the holographic zombies, and yell that you're casting Arboreal Dragon style. You grab a D20 and blow it in your head. You're Lady Luck. No snake eyes. Other gambling terms whatever. You look at this, I can't pronounce that word, the cosahedron of the tabletop destiny drop through the window, awaiting the result of fated crash. You get a 2 and miss, goddamn it. Vriska laughs out loud. Check out how a real gamer does it. She shows you how a real gamer does it. Yeah, please show us how a real gamer does it, Vriska. Please, we heard you. We are absolutely true. Over the course of this and the next 4 holographic encounters involve ballooning complexity, tediousness, difficulty, and word count, she just rolls so many goddamn dice and keeps track of so many goddamn stats. You're overwhelmed, bewildered, and tired of doing math and pencil by the time the last Squid Fiend Hollow Monster dies. You were worried about the danger of this game before, but it seems like the only way you're gonna die is from fucking boredom. Hey, like... Well, I guess this is like when someone has a thing in a strategy game, it's like it has so many, like, triggers or whatever. I don't mean, like, trigger warning triggers or whatever, but, like, I mean, like, it sets a lot of things going, and it just takes forever. That's what I'm referring to with that. But yeah. Alright. You are overwhelmed, bewildered, and tired of doing math and pencil. Okay, not for recording. Then you spot it. A skirter painted olive black emerges from the fog. You shout to Vriska that there's a ship on the port horizon. Vriska looks right. Does she not know the difference between port and starboard? Huh. You point in the proper direction, and she gives a mischievous grin. Now it's time for the real action. We enter the PvP enabled zone. She puts aside her character sheets and dice, drawing a blue saber. She holds it in one hand, the ship's wheel in the other. That's the Rue, the ship of Dreadclaw Ophelia. Top of the naval FLARP leaderboards. She's got a whole crew on the boat. And she's just another rich sea dweller with hired help. And she's been too scared to face me. Vriska's pointed your ship straight at the Rue, and you picked up speed. You can make out a troll girl with thin ears and a gaudy purple outfit that you describe as a sexy pirate Halloween costume for the world's most bourgeois party city. Dreadclaw Ophelia. It's absolutely garish compared to Vriska's warm core approach to RP active there. But dressed more humbly than the captain, there are a bunch of low blood standing behind her, clutching shitty rusty swords and shaking. So let's bring the fight to her. You're not slowing down. You're pointed straight at the enemy's hull. Vriska steers her ship directly into the well-pointed skirmish, and you struggle to keep your feet at the shock of impact, which knocks the violet blood in her pride falls to the deck of the wheel. She yells over the din of horrific wood-on-wood screeching. Hey, Swabby! Want to be really good at sword fighting? You look at her with stars in your eyes. Yes, you do want to be really good at sword fighting. You nod eagerly. As she underhand tosses you her blue hilted saber, which you catch eagerly. Vriska grins back, puts her hand to her temple, and squints with her one good eye. The 7 red dots of her prosthetic seem to smear and blur as your vision loses focus. You've managed well to this point as first mate of the brigand team, but your sea legs seem to give out on you all at once. You drop the sword you're just given, it clatters to the deck. You try to tell her something's wrong, but your mouth lolls open and you drool a bit. A dull pain gains a sharp and sudden clarity. It feels as though 8 spindly legs are crawling on your head. No, in your head. Each footfall feels more like a knife cutting through butter. At some point, all sensation slips into nothing, and you follow the sword to the ground. What the fuck? Wake up, moron! You don't hear that. You don't wake up. The salt and swell of the ocean gives way to the rustling of rolling trees. No longer do you hear the scream of gulls following your ship, waiting for corpses and gore to come overboard. It's all peaceful. Consciousness returns to you, and its first present is discovery that you're face down in slightly wet dirt. Some got in your mouth. You spit it out and sit up, brushing muck off your fart costume. Wait, that's not a fart costume. That's a hoodie, with a jagged cerulean symbol. A different symbol on it, loose-fitting as though it belonged to a friend. Half memory swimming your mind as you take in the scene, just as familiar as your clothing. A stump sitting in clearing between the trunks of a purple tree alternating forest. A harpoon sticks out of it. The stump would typically fill you with unease, an aura of death and defeat, but a squirrely silhouette cuts through the darkness, and you step further into the clearing, and feel your heart lift. Yeah, I don't have any clue who the fuck this is, because I haven't played Hiveswap or Gamzee. Sitting there on the stump, kicking bare feet back and forth, tilting her head to the side and smiling impishly, is your friend Boldiro Lamati. You remember her. Fancy seeing you here. That's a joke. I'm a figment of your imagination expecting you the whole time. She pats the stump next to her with an inviting gesture, and you sit down. You feel less adrift than you can ever remember. You tell her you missed her. Of course you did. You've gotten yourself into a real nest, my friend. You ask about all of your old friends sitting next to you. They flip through your mind as clear as day, as though memories were never locked away in the first place. How are Tagora and Galika doing? Has she run into Ardata again? What's going on in the neighborhood? Do folks miss you? That last question collapses her wily smile into a genuine crestfallen expression. I can't really tell you that for sure, but you've seen it for yourself just how much he can do. There's a whole other disturbance in this neighborhood, and it has these nefarious fingerprints all over it. It's almost like he's preparing for this. But I try to stay one step ahead. I remember what I'm fighting for. Do you? The question is arresting. What are you doing? Even with your memory clouded, you've just been bumbling into other people's stories, breaking things as you go. Look, there's nothing wrong with breaking things. It's like they say. Sometimes you have to compromise a few unfertilized cluck-beast embryo in the name of a complete breakfast. You tell her you haven't had a good breakfast in ages. One of the places you were at had swords in the fridge. What are you talking about? Swords are obviously the most important part of a complete breakfast. You need to have swords with your breakfast, obviously. That's why they're in the fridge, because you need swords. Duh, they're obviously breakfast swords. You're going where the river takes you. but things are different. There's a great power within you that you're just not realizing. The power to shape the river, to use its waters to scour the lands as you please. Or a power even he doesn't fully understand. You look down at your head, sitting next to her, and you start to remember the green room, the story you followed into. You tell her there's so much broken and you have no idea how to fix it. You tell her you wish she was real, not just in your head. She'd know what to do. She tilts her head again, inquisitively. Am I, though? Just in your head, I mean. The story is only broken if you accept that it's broken. If you think the story is something given to you, but it's not. Puppet masters may try to tell you that the strings you're pulling are the only ones. As she says this, her head jerks back oddly as she continues whispering calm as ever. Don't be afraid. Don't let anyone tell you that the story belongs to them. Not him. Not anymore. You feel it too. It feels like friends tug at your body and it hurts even more. Her limbs twitch and pull in gruesome pantomime as more and more strings loop around her and disappear skyward. They nearly surround her completely, but you're powerless to paralyzed. I wonder if, because Dirk sees everybody as puppets, ultimate Dirk, it's obsession with, controlling the narrative, has to do with, his obsession with puppets. This is just, the ultimate form of puppetry for him. It's for you. It's always been for you. Remember, friend. The only question. She only manages to spit out 4 more words as she is swallowed up and tangled in a spider's web of marionette strings, choked and broken. What will you do? The whole scene seems to melt away in searing green. You're falling, dancing beneath the skilled hands controlling you. He is here. He's already here. I get it. I get that. The ticking of 1,000 clocks, exactly in time, echoes around you. I don't know what kind of listening for God's crap. What can I ask? Did you miss me? I seem to be on your mind. I'm flattered. It is no wonder you're thinking about me just after meeting one of my greatest disappointments. You really do spend too much time around boyfriend girls. It may start to give you ideas of choice, of challenge. You're relevant because those holding the strings decided an observer. The show must go on, but don't make the mistake that these little ingrates did. It can go on without you. The bits that really matter at least. What's that? Am I doing this? I'm afraid not, darling. I don't even know to what you're referring. The tears sear at the edge of your eyes again. You try to keep Boulder's words in your mind as the strings squeeze the breath out of you. What will you do? Another voice seems to answer, from another place entirely, scratchy and loud. It says, fix this. You wake up. Cold stone and a graph greets you. Charming. You blearily open your eyes, memories of the dream already fading to wisps in your mind. You're in a cluttered bedroom, or the cluttered respite block that you're sure is VRISKA's, based on the broken 8-ball scattered everywhere. You pick yourself up off the ground and try to think about how you got here. You passed out back at the brigantine. She must have brought you home. But where is she? You turn around and see a window. You look outside and see a dramatic scene below. VRISKA is mind-controlling a group of falls. One she must have won off of Dreadfall while you were out cold. They're marching one by one towards a massive web. Perched in the web is a giant spider, heaving, bulking. VRISKA's about to feed the losers of this game to her looses. Hide her away. Okay. Holy shit. VRISKA's Lucis is a giant spider monster who eats children. This explains so much, and also raises a significant number of questions that you're gonna think about while not watching these kids continue. You look for something to distract yourself with. You spot a black raggedy book, much older than anything else in this room. A VRISKA symbol on the cover. You reach for it and open it up, flipping to a random page and seeing what looks like a journal scrawled in cerulean, but not VRISKA's handwriting through your character sheet. Looking inside the first page, you see the name Mind Thing. You read and read. Holy shit. You're very unsure this is appropriate for a young girl. You read it. You just keep flipping through two different parts, and wow, this just keeps getting worse. VRISKA names your character after this? You lose yourself in hate reading Mind Thing's long stories about petty crime, dubious consent, and weirdly detailed descriptions of the outfits of a woman named Regular. Weirdly dubious. Weirdly detailed descriptions. You're surprised, then when VRISKA walks up the stairs, hands in her pockets looking at her. She doesn't even look at oh no. It's a sad VRISKA. No. That makes me sad. She doesn't even look at you if we're sitting down on the floor across from you, cross-legged and staring 1,000 yards. She rocks back and forth, hands still in her pockets. You go to give her a reassuring pat on the back. As soon as you touch her metal shoulder, cold even for her shirt, she turns to see if a jumping glare and hisses like a cat before facing away again. You get the message. She takes an 8-ball out of her inventory again, and then savagely, brutally beats it on the stone floor of her room until it's nothing but shards and a puddle. Then the two of you sit. She occasionally picks through the debris of the 8-ball and rocks, clenching and unclenching her fists. But as minutes pass, her breathing slows bit by bit. You don't say a word or bring up what happened. She's the one who talks first. Earlier you seemed, confused about why I care so much about playing a character. She thumbs the dog-eared actual worn piece of paper, in her sharp pocket, staring at the wall. She's still got blood on her jacket, blood from all that almost makes you wrench with the memory of spidery mandibles devouring the floor. One glimpse of it makes you sick. What would dozens do? Hundreds. I mean, it seems obvious to me that Marquise is the greatest and coolest character ever made. But I've been in her for so long that it's sort of like a part of me. Everybody's throwing shapes every day and acting like something's right. But most people are so boring. They don't dress up, they don't act, they're always so obsessed with being the exact same kind of troll they were yesterday. Maybe you don't even have to be the same. Maybe you could go on message boards and try out being someone new and find out you like it. Maybe it's nice to be called something your lessons doesn't call you. And meet people who only ever know you as a girl online, or the other shit who's super badass and good at it. Come on. You can't tell me you've never wanted to be someone else. You've edged a bit closer to her during this rant, and are looking at the sheet of paper. It's a spreadsheet-looking series of boxes she's filled in with letters. Marquee Spinner at Mind Thing, class petticoat secret, gender F, exclamation, 8 exclamation points. Levels. All of them. All of them. All of them. She's doodled all over the margins. Part of her captain is shaped some swinging swords. Have you ever wanted to be someone else? The question makes you uncomfortable. Just pondering who you are now fills you with unease. Fuck playing a character filling out a sheet like this for yourself. Fuck. Playing a character filling out a sheet like this for yourself seems impossible. A piece of paper representing all your physical and mental attributes, a blank canvas, the common outlines there on defining the boundaries of every conceivable personality. You don't even know how you'd fill in the gender box. You've been busy making friends, okay? Suddenly she turns on you. There's a desperate, kind of crazy intensity in her good eye, like her gaze will burn you. You're going to leave, aren't you? No, yeah, of course. Everybody does. Do you think I like this? I used to have a partner. She didn't like it either, but she helped anyone, like you. I Yes, except she didn't puke when she saw blood. And not like you, also not like you at all. She made rules. She loves rules. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not like big on rules. Gambling queens broke rules all the time. That's just what you gotta do to survive. Vriska's obviously chaotic alignment, which is great. Like, she's obviously chaotic. To make the void stop harassing me and angering me, and like, she heard her losses in her head too, but she didn't need anything from her. Because I didn't like. I've gotta be the best. I have to. I didn't get all the levels just to look at them on the sheet. You saw me out there. It's dangerous. She tried to kill me and left me alone. And then I got even because that's what I have to do to backstabbers. Damn, this is like getting real. Vriska needs a hug. Like, I think just Vriska is one of those characters in Homestuck who just needs a hug. Like, she might stab you, but like, it's worth it. Like, it's gonna be worth it, obviously. I still don't feel anything. It doesn't bother her. Nobody ever cares. They just leave and move on. I'm still stuck here on this stupid world. How are people mad at me for putting losers out of their fucking misery? This planet fucking sucks. Oh boy, that's a lot. You let her finish her tirade. She hasn't looked straight at you for the whole thing. You gently ask about how her boy Real, who you did just befriend, would feel about her saying she's alone. You see a lot of thoughts flicker through her head, and a lot of expressions dance across her face. She settles onto a look like she's smelling something off. People always want shit from people. Sometimes you know somebody you can't describe what your whole deal is. You grow up with these ideas about what you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be. You get handed down on these strict categories, tables of your player's handbook, and you read the stories or journals or whatever that say this is my mainspring. You feel like this about them. And you have a Moiril that just meddles with you because you're just too broken for her. She wants. Or you get told, oh, this is what a rival looks like, and then you look at your block date, and it's just an absolutely repulsive, slimy eel who always wants you to kiss him, and you, man, I could really upgrade the next part of it. But then there's someone that comes along and kind of gets stuff that says you just like being with her. Or it's not even like that, you feel like shit because shit makes more sense with her. I'd say it's like you have this voice in your head saying you're not good enough all the time, but she makes it quiet. I actually do have a voice in my head saying I'm not good enough. God, I'm not saying this right. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's a doomsday device. Everyone leaves. Nobody cares. We're all waiting on a call up to work. And look, I'm ready. I'm the best at work. It's just a big flirt, but I never have a plan B. I'd rather have plan B. You give Vriska a moment to breathe. You don't give her a reassuring touch on the back, remembering her jump, as she doesn't. You know how Jude's like something about how good. And hiss when you tried that last. She's like a feral cat, this girl. Tangled, greasy hair, and she is kind of like a cat. Droops over shoulders and are always hunched up like something would come for her if she's supposed to. You wonder if she ever let her shoulders down around the girl she's talking about. X, perhaps? Of course she did. You wonder if she ever will again. You hear a psst in your ear, a squirrely little laugh, and suddenly remember a green room. In every room that you had this thought before somehow. You ask her a question that's been consuming you. More accurately, not consuming you. Why were you left up here with when everyone else got fed to the spider? She tenses up immediately when you ask this and takes some time to clutch her fist. Some people are off limits. She has to eat food. She doesn't eat my friends when I bring her enough food. You're considered off limits? You're one of her friends? Oh my god, don't get a big head about it. I wouldn't let her eat Carcat either. He's not like my BFF for life or anything. Plus, you helped me out, and that's pirate code, and that's the pirate code. Plus, fussy things would be mad. It must be hard separating trolls into two classes, friends and food like that. It must be hard and nobody understands. I mean, that's how it works here. Everybody's got someone to kick down on. I don't know, like, just like, do like Tavros and Arati have someone to kick down on? Because, like, okay, I should rephrase that. Does Tavros have anyone to kick down on? Because he's like, he's just kind of like, I don't know. He's like the lamest troll. Except Rustblood, then Cigarette. Somebody's got to be the bottom to keep the whole thing afloat. Killing people lower down than you is what all the school feeds students say you're supposed to do. To get ready for a life of space war again. Well, it mostly seems like they just kill more blood. That's all it ever is. My ancestor. She looks left and right as though she's going to be overheard, and leans in smirkingly. She sounds like she's letting you in on a separate. Gotta keep those secrets. For a secret. My ancestor mind face, she sailed around being the terror of the high seas for a while, but she fell in love with a group that was going to do something. A bunch of weirdos led by a meeting who want a revolution. I've always wanted to be like her. I liked using her name more than my own for a while, dressing up like her, learning to sail. But I always end up back with a pile of corpses. That's having a lucidus, right? Sometimes you don't get to do what you want to do. She talks. It only stops. Always whispering in my head. Saying I was mad at her. I deserved all the things that happened to me. Even I was bleeding out on this floor. He looked at the cold, cluttered, uncomfortably drafty room. Whatever happened to her face and arm must have happened to me. You see a broken figure silhouetted on the wall. You look back at VRISKA, and you know what she is. For all that bombast and insults killing. You're looking at a survivor. Yeah. You're looking at someone who did nothing wrong. Yep, hashtag VRISKA did nothing wrong. Yeah, VRISKA did nothing wrong. Like, you remember Dave's carefully crafted defense of a persona. You remember Rose eating oatmeal for dinner in a drafty, brutalist mansion. Jade in the shadow of a volcano raising herself. Yeah. Bad Parent Alliance. Okay, most of them. Your world can be as brutal as this one. Earth makes survivors too. And you've made a difference for them, one at a time. All of that nihilistic bullshit earlier feels like it was shouted at you by some meddling voice, someone holding the script. Fuck that. You're gonna be a goddamn hero today. You're gonna make friends with this whole fucking planet if you have to. You're going to make it better. Or at least less of a complete dumpster. Tell VRISKA you'll be right back and sprint down a spiral staircase. You keep running, pumping your beautiful legs straight out the door to VRISKA's giant hive. You don't have to color inside the lines of someone else's story. This is your motherfucking narrative now. You take a leap when you reach the cliff and barrel over, falling fast, wind whipping past your face, as you tumble through the air towards a giant white spider. A leap not of faith but of hope. You crash into the carpies of VRISKA's terrible murder mob hard, cracking up a piercing shriek at the same time. At the same time, you zap hundreds of feet above the mouth of the volcano on Jade's Island and kick off the back of the spider, leaving the giant trollboard arachnid tumbling into the lava as you zap back to Alternia, back to VRISKA. You peer behind her. She doesn't notice you. She's looking out her window, down at the empty web, with a shocked expression. Still looking out the window, her stunned silence turns slowly into a grin, somewhat less generous than you would describe as shitty. Holy shit, Sweeper, you actually did something. Hell fucking yes. Yeah, throwing someone's guardian into a shitty parrot into a volcano. That's like a good ending. Alright. Well. Alright, I'm gonna call it for tonight. This will be posted on. This video will be up. I'm sorry I've been taking some videos down, but like we had some technical issues with some of them, and we got sorted out now. So, like for now, all the videos are gonna stay up, and we're just gonna have them. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop it here tonight. I notice nobody's on right now, but like if anyone watches this later, like thank you for watching this. Please check out our other videos. We have a Hollow Knight video that should be up by now, and if you go to our YouTube, there's this silly like bonus video. I said the bonus video would be on Twitch, but we decided to do it on YouTube instead, so just like go over there and watch it if you want to see like a silly like extra video that isn't gaming related. Okay, well, bye.